Warning, you are about to enter the BGP suite. No thongs, no boy shorts, no thigh highs, no commandos are permissible. BGP, big girl panties only. So pull up to woman up. And no, please don't leave with your panties in a bunch.
Welcome to BGP. Let me go ahead and get my smiles out the way because probably for the remainder of this broadcast, I will not be smiling at all. Jeez. There is a African American female YouTuber who just got over 100,000 subscribers recently. She recently appeared on Fox Soul TV on a panel with Tammy Mack, and they were speaking about biracials. I don't have a problem with that. What I want to talk about today, what I want to shed light on today is the dark side of YouTuber Cynthia G. Welcome to BGP. If you go to Cynthia G's About page on YouTube and you read it, it says that she wants to have conversations on how we can repair the Black relationship. She says it's all about empowerment and the issues that we face as a community, especially in regards to relationships. However, if you push any of her videos randomly, you will see that the majority of her content is about black men, and how much disdain she has for black men. She uses terms like dusty beta males. She says they are lazy, they are afraid of white supremacy, they are always bussy popping, whatever that means. And I really don't listen to her, but I'm always up late at night, and I ran across a community tab and 3 other videos that really, in my opinion, are very disturbing. I am a African American mother. I bore a African American male son. She has 3 videos She has 3 videos of her suggesting to her audience to abort all male babies. So, my first question for you ladies is, and for the women in the audience who do have sons or nephews or cousins or brothers, and for the men in the audience that love for their children to come out as male. The question is, how is one supposed to feel when they hear a female suggest that we abort, which is murder, all male babies?
Extremely disturbing. I would definitely want to know her reasoning behind feeling that it was necessary to abort specifically male African Americans. What threatens her so much that she feels like they need to be?
Well, she basically spews hate against black men. She says black men are basically useless, so they should, we shouldn't reproduce them. We should only reproduce little girls. And since they can't honor us or they can't take care of us properly and all the things that she says on her channel, why are we giving them babies in the first place, but why are we reproducing men that can't fight against white supremacy? They're lazy, blah, 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 blah.
It's very extreme that she would even make a statement like that. How do we keep the generation going? How do we keep going if we abort all the males? What we going? She wants us to now. You said she's pro-biracial, or she.
I don't really know what she is, but I'm saying that she was on a network talking about biracials. So anybody that doesn't know her would think, and she did a good job on there, as far as I'm concerned. But if you didn't know who she was, you would think that a certain way about her.
Right.
I want to expose the dark side of her.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a bit extreme.
Yeah, I think that's a bit extreme. I think that's disheartening. I think that's I think that we have to come up with better solutions than that. And something deep down, and so I would be curious as to why she feels that way, like her true reasoning for feel like that's the only solution to, I guess, absolve white supremacy. If like you said, if we get rid of all black males, then we're done. As a race, we're done.
Exactly.
You know, men are needed just as much as women are needed to continue out the generations, to continue furthering out our legacy. So I definitely, I don't agree with that. It's disheartening.
Yeah,
to
that's
hear.
a level of self-hate that is just like insane.
It's a level of self-hate, but it's a level of mental illness
that too,
as well.
Absolutely.
African Americans make up 38% of all abortions, tracked in 2016. Out of 97,000 pregnancies, 17% of those pregnancies were aborted, which is equal to 16,000 babies being aborted. That's 474 abortions per 100 live births. Pregnancy in itself is could be very dangerous for some women. All the changes that our bodies go through, some miscarriage, some get big, some get small, some lose weight, some gain weight, some lose their hair, all types of and we can die from
Giving birth. Yeah.
And that's why I say the internet is a very dangerous place, especially for young women that don't have outside people to talk about, engage with, and talk about life with. I want to know, Cynthia G, and I'm asking you this directly, who died and made you God? Because you're telling these young ladies, isn't abortion the answer? Do you know how dangerous abortions are? Do you know the complications of abortions? Do you know that sometimes when a woman goes through a abortion procedure and something happens, they might have to have another procedure because that abortion wasn't successful? Do you know that abortion can cause you not to be able to bring another child to fruition? Do you know that some women suffer the psychological damages of knowing that they aborted their children? Are you going to be there when a young lady took your advice, went out there and had a botched abortion? Or she had an abortion and now she's regretting killing her children, so she might have to have some mental therapy. Are you going to be there for that? I think it's very dangerous for people that have not healed from their traumas or having come to grips with the mistakes that they made in choosing the men that they choose, and they want to get out on these internets and trauma bond with other young ladies, and that in a manner that can cause more harm. Here's my question. Hypothetically speaking, let's say that white supremacy finds some type of way to wipe out all African American men. How are all these young ladies that produce baby girls going to survive, like Neisha said? Do we actually think that the white man is going to treat us as black women and our black babies, regardless of the fact that they're daughters, in the same manner that they would treat their white women and their white women's children? That's a question. That's a question for her, and that's a question for our audience. We are going to be left here unprotected. How dare you suggest that young women should abort their babies? Y'all don't have nothing to say?
I don't. Like, I'm kind of over YouTubers just giving out this information that's toxic. I'm so over it, and it's like I said, it's disheartening because to the wrong eyes, wrong pair of eyes and ears, they get that information and take that as like, you know, as the Bible, and think this is how I'm supposed to move. I don't encourage abortions. I don't encourage, you know, aborting or murdering all one group of one sex, right? Because that's not going to solve the problem. I think that, you know, conversations like this is dangerous, and we need to be a little bit more mindful of what we put out and what we say when it comes to giving our advice and our opinions on people. Because, like I said, the wrong person hears it, take it as the Bible, and somebody can get hurt. Somebody can get into something that they can't get out of. Somebody can, like Mona said, could destroy their bodies. Yes. You know, and then be prevented from having children in the future when they are ready to have children. And if we get rid of one sex out of our, you know, when it comes to our counterparts, then we're done as a whole race. We're done. You know, and I don't think that we would want that. You know, I think same way black men need black women need black men. We do. Absolutely. We need each other. We do. Do we have grievances at times? Of course. Do we have issues? Of course. Is there room for improvement and growth? Absolutely. But just, you know, eradicating one is not, that's not the answer. Right. And so that would be my thought on that. Yeah.
I think her statement is extreme, it's disturbing, and it's sickening, to say the least. I think that if that is her answer to what she calls black men are lazy and all these other things, what is her plan B? And I don't mean that like plan B. I mean, like, what is her plan B? Is there another alternative? Is there another way that you could get out there and help educate people? Could you get out there and try to help men get better jobs? Can we do something else? But to end, and she's African American. So I don't understand. Like, it's just disturbing. Now that you've mentioned this, I definitely want to go and research her a little bit further and see what is her problem.
Here's my thing. And I want you guys to look up a few words. I want you to look up the word Planned Parenthood. Because Planned Parenthood vendors are mostly in minority communities. I want you to look up the word eugenics. I want you to look up a lady called Margaret Sanger. Is she trying to be the Black Margaret Sanger? She did not say practice safe sex.
Right?
She did not say make sure you wrap it up. She did not say that there are 13 or more methods of birth control that you can use to not have children, period. She prescribed abortion. And here's the thing that I want you guys to really think about it, and I really want it to sink in. If you are going to abort a male baby, you're going to have an ultrasound.
To ensure. Right?
Most doctors schedule ultrasounds around what time?
By then
Around
it's too late
the
for an abortion.
18th to 21st week, which is about 4 months, and you're halfway there already. Now, they can do it as early as 3 months if the baby is in the right position. But, so, what you're saying to young ladies is that go out there and have unprotected sex. But if you get pregnant, and at 18 to 21 weeks, let me add this, there's something called quickening, which is when you feel your baby moving around. So you're telling young ladies to go out here around 4 months and murder their children once they find out that these babies are males. That's mental illness. That's unresolved issues. That's out here saying that some man did you wrong, somebody hurt your feelings, and you want everybody to take it out on all Black men. You want your experience to be redeemed. You want revenge taken out on all men. It's fucking very, very disgusting. It's very dangerous. So what happens if a young lady aborts the baby, but the ultrasound was wrong? And it was a little girl. Do you see this can of worms that are being opened up? And I guarantee you, she will not be there for you. She will not be there to hold your hand. She ain't got a dime on your abortion procedure. She don't have a dime on the procedures that might be costly afterwards. The in-home care, the therapy, or any of those things. Final thoughts.
I'm just taken aback that somebody would go to these extremes to say something like that out loud on that platform that you could use to do so many other things to educate people on, like you said, on safe sex, on try to avoid pregnancies, and then you choose to put this out there. And the mind of some young person may very literally take that as good advice. And it's sad that we have people out here that are, like you said, have that many followers. Who hasn't already taken her advice and done this foolishness? It's really sad. And I have nothing further to say about this lady. I really want to kind of look, I want to see what she looked like. Yeah, that's insane.
See, we already have, before you go to your final thought, just let me say this. We already have women that use abortion as a birth control method.
We do. Yes, ma'am.
Abortion is not birth control. Neisha, your final thought.
You know, I said it earlier and I'll say it again that we need to come up with better solutions. I get the grievances on both sides. I think that, you know, eradicating one particular sex is not going to solve the problem.
Race.
And that's going, and hypothetically, if we do, it's going to be some miserable bitches in this world because we love men and we love dick too. And we want children, you know. We want to procreate. We want to leave a legacy. We want our names to continuously live even when we're not here. So if we get rid of one particular sex, like I said, we're done in what, like maybe one generation? Mm-hmm. Possibly two? Mm-hmm. Like we're done. Who protects us if attacks happen? Who defends us if something should come about? If we're getting rid of, you know, our counterparts that literally were kind of instilled to protect, provide, produce, right? I think it was extreme on her end. I think that we're doing a disservice when we tell the younger generation of women this. I think that we need to, if we're going to be teachers, if we're going to be advisors, if we're going to give out our thoughts and opinions and concerns on what, you know, moving differently and making better decisions for our future, I think we need to do it differently. I definitely don't encourage extremist behaviors or decisions. And I just hope that she hears this and that she understands that, like Mona pointed out, she has a platform now with over 100,000 subscribers. Wow. So with that, I mean, use it for good. Use it for, you know, betterment. Use it for teaching and a light so that people can make better decisions. And abortion is not the answer. Aborting all men that happen to be Black is not the answer. You know, that's not going to solve our problem. So that's all I would say to that. And I'm done.
Anytime a person asks for infanticide or femicide or any kind of side against their own people, that is not a person that you really should be taking advice from. Mm-hmm. They don't have healthy advice. They're just on here probably for clickbait. We expect adults to be adults. We expect them to give out the best information possible. This lets you know that she does not understand or that she is very confused about the male and female dynamic. I've said it before and I'm going to say it again. The internet is a very, very, very dangerous place. Those videos, I didn't watch any of them. The titles made me feel a certain way. I couldn't imagine my son not being here, my brother not being here, my uncles, my cousins, my male friends not being here. Be careful of following people with ugly hearts and ugly minds and ugly spirits. I'm going to ask for the women and the men to monitor your children in a manner that you know what YouTube content creators that they are listening to. That is my final thought. BGP, like, share, subscribe, leave us a comment, tell us what you think.